everyone, I'm Jaclyn St James. On today's episode, this is going to be a cosmetic tip for you women out there, and of course drag queens, and some men who wear cosmetics. Yes, there is going to be some rules that you need to know on your cosmetics on the next episode of Elegance and Sophistication. Welcome back. Once exposed to air, cosmetics start to lose effectiveness and the ability to combat bacteria. I have produced a chart, or some general directions and a general guideline, but I am noting that some products, with the exception of mascara, can last longer than indicated if stored in a cool place away from sunlight. Lipsticks, foundations, and other cream-based formulas are more subject to spoilage than powders. I advise discarding a product if there is a change in smell or if it has been exposed to heat. Yes, a lot of the products, they do actually have a shelf life. Starting with your liquid and cream foundations, like, something like this with a cream or, some sort of liquid, I give it about 6 to 12 months and then toss it because, if 6 to 12 months this would last, that would be great. But 6 to 12 months for those who don't use a lot of, the liquid or cream foundations. Then don't forget about concealers. Concealers can range from anything from, tubes like this, like lipstick tubes or, little containers, but, tubes and stuff like that. But anyway, I give that about 8 to 12 months before it starts to kind of go crusty. And you can kind of tell with like a lipstick base, like powder base or something like that. Well, not powder base, but like any kind of like moisture, like cream foundations. You can kind of tell it kind of gets like a tacky feel, and it's not a good thing. And don't forget about pressed powders. Yes, any kind of pressed powder, like a compact or some blushes maybe even. But yeah, like you need to get rid of it. Pressed powder, I give that probably about a year. You can probably use that for about a year. It's not that bad. But make sure that your little sponge that you use, that you change often. I probably do it at least once every 2 weeks for me. But yes, please change your sponges because they too harbor bacteria. And don't forget about eyeshadows. Yes, your little eyeshadow, what you buy at MAC or whatever you buy. This is one of my favorites. But I give eyeshadows about a year, and you can probably go a little longer. Just depends, on how you use your makeups and everything like that. The blush, any kind of blush powders like these, I would probably give you it about a year. Any kind of the powders, a year or more, but not too long. But, a year, a couple months after, you're pretty good with any kind of powder kind of material. And then, of course, there's mascara, your mascara. And this is something that I've learned recently. When you do your mascara, ladies and men, when you brush it on, you know how you want to kind of do this. I don't know, but I grew up watching my mother do that. That pushes the bacteria into the bottle. So you don't want to do that a whole bunch of times because then you're going to fill this up with bacteria. So what you're going to do basically is you're just going to dip it in and pull it out. That's all you need to do anyway because it's just sitting there. But you don't want to do that because it brings in the mascara. The mascara, this is probably one of the longest things that I allow other than my liquid and cream foundations. I probably give this, shortest, I give this about 3 months. Yes, because it's so liquid and it has to do with the eyes. Anything that comes around the eyes, like sponges or anything like that, I toss, within the 3-month period because it gets bacteria off your eyelashes and stuff like that, and then you don't want to end up with pink eye or anything like that. And don't forget about lipsticks. Yes, your lipsticks or lip glosses, anything. This is the same thing, the lip gloss that's on the wand, like this, it's the same thing as mascara. You don't want to fluff it and stuff it. You just want to pull it out, stick it on, and I need a little anyway. But you just stick it in there, and lipsticks again too. I give them about 2 years. Depends on how often you use them. I have many 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 lipsticks, so I don't throw my lipsticks away that often. But I do use my lipstick. Lip gloss. I have like one or two depending on the color, and I use that a lot. So I get rid of those quite early. But usually lipsticks and lip glosses about 2 years. And then don't forget about your eye and lip pencils. Yes, again, this has to do with your eyes. Anything that you use around your lips, and I have seen people who use them for their eye and their lip, which I don't recommend, because you don't know what's on your lips, and you're putting them on your eye, and it's just a big mess. But anyway, lip pencils, eye pencils, again, 2 years is what I usually give. And then, facial cleansers and toners and things like that. I probably give them, again, a year time with that. And don't forget about facial moisturizers and cold creams and things like Pond's. And again, it's a base there where you're seeing there's something in it right now as we speak. Gross. Okay, but you're sticking your fingers in it, to take it out, and you don't know what's on your hands unless you're really washing your hands, which you should wash your hands and face before you do this. But anyway, pressed powder spoils faster. It's stored if stored with puffs. So they tend to accumulate oil, and the oil comes off the sponge, which I did not know. So you want to keep them separate, your puffs and your sponges. And again, the powders can last for a good 3 years without your sponge. So there you have it. Some rules and regulations on keeping your cosmetics alive and bacteria free for as much as we can. So I hope that tip works for you, and I will see you on the runway near you somewhere, because I know that's just beautiful as you are. Thanks for watching Elegance and Sophistication. Again, I'm Jaclyn St James, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.